Hello, Serge here. We're on the back tee at, what's the golf course?
Selden Park Golf and Country Club.
And it's in what city?
It's just outside London in Surrey.
So how far are we from London here?
As the crow flies, 15 miles.
15 miles from London. So the Queen's right across town from me, huh?
Yeah, but she's not there at the moment, Serge.
Oh, tough. Tough. Well, folks, in case you don't know it, this is Malcolm Rawl. He's one of our certified instructors here, and Malcolm is basically the traveling instructor, because you kind of go all over Europe, right?
Correct. And we're setting up schools all over Europe.
This was our second day at the school, so let's give a little recap. What did we see at this golf school? Now, this is our first school in England, and every one of them was from England, except two actually came from the Netherlands, and they came to this school, so I guess they live over here. But the key is, we're still batting 100, folks. We had 100% again. Nobody was lined up correctly.
That's true.
We saw again, all of these students were Sergites. They're on the website. They've been studying the swing, and we saw overall pretty good setups. But one of the things I saw a little bit more than most schools was a lot of high right arms.
Yes.
They were really high and tight, and gave them very tight swings. So we had to soften them up and get them into the master setup position. But overall, we saw some pretty darn good swings. Did anything particularly stand out with you, Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about getting over, I mean, what the guys were doing, this is a fad in England. They're actually coming over the top like this with their hands instead of coming underneath.
Oh, excellent. That's why we actually say address the club in your hands up here and drop your right arm and go down. But if your club's on the ground, your right arm's going to go like that.
Correct.
Your shoulders are going to get open, they're going to get high, and that's chop chop.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good point. I think one of the other things we saw was quite a few of them with their weight under and on their heels.
Correct.
But every one of those, when I talked to them, they were rotational swingers. And rotation, because you're going to go so deep behind yourself, you have to have your weight on your heels. And if you leave your weight on your heels, now you can't lift your arms up. So we have to take the feet back, get them in the athletically ready position, like they're ready to play tennis or baseball, and so now they can lift their arms up. And that was a big thing, because we were having some issues of weight transfer. But overall, we've seen wonders worked in the last couple of days. And it's all basically get them in the right setup and get them going. Now, you did a lot of work with them on the short game. How was their short games?
Quite a bit needs done.
Right, because again, we're looking at, the thing is, golfers tend to they want to hit the ball better, and they spend all their time on the tee and they forget the short game area. And I say right now, even if you're working hard on your swing, you try not to go more than 60-40, 60% long game, 40% short game. But if you're starting to get it, start spending more time over there, because remember, between putting could be almost up to 50% of all the strokes you take. So if you want, the best place you're going to get improvement is improve the club that you hit the most. And that's certainly putting, and then it's short game. So between putting and short game around the green, that could be as much as 70% of a golf score.
Correct.
And yet we spend 70% more here and almost nothing over there. So let's again become short game wizards. And we're seeing it everywhere. The Sergites are getting better with the swing, but the number one setup issue is weight on the heels, and probably too high with the right side, and of course always alignment. But most of them are doing a heck of a good job getting the club more vertical. We only had one guy that was really flat, and boy, we had him up there vertical today, and he was just rocketing balls.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much to get vertical, but you can't do it on your heels.
Correct.
So any other things stick out?
Well, there are one or two things, but it might take too long to go over them.
But overall, I was very pleased with what we see,
Yeah.
and the results have been great. So we've had another good day over here at Selden Park, and it's a beautiful rolling terrain golf course, fully wooded, and most of the folks here walk.
Yeah.
They have a few buggies, as they call them, and they have no buggy paths, so it's...
No, they don't. The range, you've had it.
They pretty much go with that, and when it rains, they're out because there's no buggy paths. But very nice looking park, and very, very nice looking golf course. I haven't played it, but it's beautiful. And man, you ought to see the hotel up there. It's like this super castle, so it's quite beautiful here. And as you can see, it's a little chilly. I mean, we've been over 90 degrees for the last 2 weeks, and over here we've been wearing jackets. So it's been a good retreat and to go into that. But tomorrow, things are looking great, and like usual, as some of the folks say, keep it vertical. And from Malcolm and Don at Selden Park outside of London, we'll be talking to you again soon.
Cheers.